All right, everyone, and just like that, we're on day 5 of the 21-day video challenge that was put forward by one of my Accelerator participants, Mr. A. Today is it's 4 p.m. Indian Standard Time. It's been a quick day, actually. So I started off with posting an article. Completely different video. It deserves an hour of its own time. My wife actually did not like Bitcoin when I got into it. Anytime I brought it up, she wasn't having it. There came a point where she actually banned the word Bitcoin from our home. There was Wednesdays, Mondays that I could not mention it, and we would have date nights where the B word was banned. But then when we left home and went to Africa and she saw the need for Bitcoin, her entire perception changed, and now she has her own business on Bitcoin. Crazy. So I posted that article. After that, I was working on a deck for one of the teams. So this is the team that I mentioned multiple times, the ones that want to create Bitcoin hardware in India and share it within the entire continent along with Africa. So fine-tuning their pitch or their deck, making sure the colors were right, the narrative was correct, move things along, and just some fine-tuning what the structure that they already had. And then I had back-to-back meetings, all related to the Accelerator program. So the first Accelerator participant is building a Nostr identity app. It's a separate container for each facet of your life. So imagine your work has a separate section, your personal life has a separate section, for health, for friends, for hobbies. The idea is if someone were to open your app, they don't have access to all your messages. You need to unlock it with a certain passcode, and each passcode will reveal a certain container that you want to showcase, whether that's health, personal, hobbies, whatnot. We didn't actually go through his pitch, but he was just formulating and discussing, or he was formulating in his head what the next approach should be or what the next steps would be for his venture. And it sounds like he just needs to get more conversations in the market to understand what product market fit is. That's missing. He doesn't know, is it the messaging? Someone's told him, hey, if you have file storage that might help. Well, now you're completely going to the left field. Nostr itself is niche, and now you're going Nostr with file storage. So what is the product market fit? And finding product market fit isn't easy. Some of the largest companies take years. Like I believe it's Notion, Airtable, there's a few others examples that took 4 or 5 years to find what they're good at now, what they go to market with today. So, but you gotta strive to find product market fit through your customer interviews and learning what they're looking for. And we also discussed the mom question. So the premise here is, if you went to your mom and asked, hey, is this a good idea? She's gonna say, of course, this is a great idea. They're gonna be supportive. But if you went and asked your mom, hey mom, do you do this? How often do you do this? Will you ever pay for this? You'll get different answers, because when you question behavior, you'll find out the truth. When you question opinions, they will side with you. So mom questions is a framework of how you need to go through customer interviews so you're getting the right answers based on their behaviors, not on their opinions on what they might do in the future, but rather what they do now and what they do in the past, what they've done in the past. After that, I spoke to, that team is called Epoch Shield. The next team is BitAsha. I'm part of their team, funny enough. Yes, conflict of interest for the Accelerator program, but I joined their team way before the Accelerator program even came to my mind. And so for them, they've decided to change speakers. So speakers, I mean, the person who's going to pitch, we've swapped one of them with another person. It's Paco, actually. If you know Paco, he ran with Bitcoin through 42 countries in 800 days, if I'm not mistaken. He did this from 2021 to, I think, 22 or 20 to 22. Definitely was an inspiration for me. Paco did it with couch surfing and did it a little bit more rough because he was single. I have a wife, so I could not do that. So we took our own approach to our travels. So getting back to a topic about the Accelerator and BitAsha, just making sure that Paco was good with the storyline and bringing everything together so we have a solid pitch. And then spoke to another participant, Treasury OS. What he's focused on is making self-custody easy for everyone in this subcontinent. He also has a software solution, but we've recommended that he hold off from the software solution and just make sure he has a service arm first before bringing on the software. Software side, what does he do? The software side is actually pretty cool. Rather than multi-sig where you need to store keys, you put in a key, it splits it into 3 QR codes. So if you had 2 children, you take a seed, you split it into 3 pieces, you give one to your wife, to 2 children. Now, as long as 2 of the 3 keys come together based on your configuration, what you choose come together, you get the seed back. So it's interesting how he's approaching it, but we've suggested that he focuses on the service, because how many people are going to choose that product, we don't know, but he still should not lose track of that arm of his business. For the rest of the day, it's Friday evening. I'm going to watch a movie, but I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow on Saturday for office hours, we'll have the teams pitch again. So I'll share some learnings, and I actually need to go update my own website based on all the things that's happened the last year. The website is still is a year old, and there's been no update, so I need to make sure that's taken care of. So that's going to be a project for the weekend. And with that, I'm going to close off. That's day 5 of the 21-day video challenge. Until next time, peace. Oh, questions, comments, please. Tell me what you want to hear, interact. If you're just watching for 30 seconds, why did you drop off? I want to know something, but I guess if you dropped off in 30 seconds, you wouldn't hear this. But if you're here this entire time, then please drop your comments. I'd love to hear it. Until tomorrow, see ya.